Definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Thanks for joining us here on Channel 8 News. I'm Katie Johnston.
And I'm Nate Guidry. Manhattan is one of the few places where it's mandatory to wear green twice a year, at least if you're in Aggieville.
The annual event Fake Patty's Day was last Saturday, and Channel 8 reporter Mitch May was there with the Aggieville partygoers.
Patty's Day. It's a lot of and more. It's the one day you'll see the Wildcats ditch purple for green. It's also a day where a lot of out-of-towners will flood the Little Apple. Even KU students lay down their differences to join in on the party.
It's like the only time that we accept K-State usually is for fake patties, things like that.
The Fake Patty's Day celebration goes from morning until night, and I'm wondering if anyone can tell me how the tradition got started.
It was probably just like a lot of different people were just like, hey, let's, before St. Patrick's Day, let's have Fake Patrick's Day and get drunk.
And they were like, oh, let's fake it up. And they just got really hammered.
I have no idea. This is the first year I've heard about this, and everybody told me I should come. And so here I am.
Good point. That's definitely a pre-spring break party in green with dancing, drinking, and, well, more drinking.
Now that we've seen what all the partygoers are doing, let's go ahead and hear from what the event planners, or the people behind the scenes, have to say about Fake Patty's Day. Mike, tell us the difference between today and any other regular day, pretty much.
Oh, man, it's 360 from Norm. You know, it's our biggest day of the year always. And it's been like this for several years. It brings a lot of people to town that's not normally here, and it's great for the economy.
Local businesses cash in on the party, from the bars to Threads, a local t-shirt store in Aggieville. And while the partygoers have a good time, law enforcement, a mobile dispatch truck, and emergency services are on standby to assist with any problems.
Our concern is safety. So you're going to see a lot of law enforcement personnel, a lot of people from Manhattan Fire Department, and a lot of people from Riley County EMS and other agencies out in full force attempting to prevent problems before they occur.
So now that we know everything's under control, back to the...
It's really fun. You always have a good time. I mean, it's one of the best holidays down here because it's for college students.
Patty's Day 2016!
In Manhattan, Mitch May, Channel 8 News.
Fake Patty's Day is just one of those events that brings in lots of money for local businesses and gives college students some really sweet shirts. Many of those unique green shirts are created at Threads, a local Acme Global store.
Ryan Manring is here in the studio to talk more with the representative. Ryan?
Thanks so much, Nate. Alan, thanks so much for joining us here today in the studio. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your role at Acme and what you guys do between Thread and all of your other businesses that you guys own, and everything that you guys did in preparation for Fake Patty's Day, because I know, if I'm understanding correctly, that's a pretty big weekend for you guys.
Yeah, Fake Patty's Day is always on our calendar months before the fake holiday itself, and we're really excited for it. I'm the Director of Business Development for Acme Global, so there's a few other shops in Aggieville that we're a part of. And for Thread, Fake Patty's Day is one of the biggest days of the year. It outdoes game days and everything. Everyone comes and like what we saw earlier, people switch their purple for their green. And so we're prepping for it starting weeks in advance, but we're thinking about it months in advance.
Sure. For you guys, not only just for you guys, but other for businesses in the area, what's the significance for Fake Patty's Day? I mean, is this not just a big part of your month? Is it a big part of your year for your business, or can you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, it's definitely
scale kind of for what the weekend has for you.
It's definitely a huge part of the year for us. We get excited every year because we know that yes, we are making a lot of money during this time, but we're also making a lot of people happy. We get to see more and more customers. This year, we broke a record every day of the week of Fake Patty's Day, except for one day on the amount of customers that we saw. So it's growing more and more every year, which we've enjoyed a lot.
Great. That's really exciting. So it seems like you guys have, for a fake holiday, really very real impact in the community. So.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, we get excited. We like to see people have fun, be safe, and have fun. And we're even calling these the Green Weeks because we have Fake Patty's Day. We're also excited to celebrate St. Patrick's Day coming up. That's still another big green t-shirt day for us, green merchandise day for us, but more family oriented.
Thank you so much, Alan. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan.
Thanks for joining us. Back to you guys at the desk.
Unfortunately, Fake Patty's Day wasn't enjoyable for everyone this past weekend.
On Saturday, RCPD made 22 arrests, mostly alcohol related, and they responded to 10 emergency transports. One incident involved a 21-year-old male who fell several feet from a house and suffered a critical head injury.
The man was on airlifted to Wichita Medical Care Facility for further treatment.
I wouldn't have that information, but my understanding was at a house party and an individual took a jump or a leap from an elevated structure. It was not a roof, but took a jump and got his feet caught and unfortunately landed headfirst onto some pavement.
It was a busy day in Manhattan this past Saturday. The presidential caucuses also took place for Democrats and Republicans. Elections are quickly approaching, and the race for both party nominations is still any candidate's win.
So who claimed the polls in your neighborhood and nationally? Those results and more. Stay here on Channel 8.
Land Grant University, entrusted with serving the needs of our communities and world through the nation's most important research and testing. We don't cater to what's popular. We come together to find out what's next, what will save lives and better the world. Since 1863, our values haven't changed, but our methods have. What defines a land-grant university? Community, progress, you.
I'm Ngọc Trân from Đà Lạt, Vietnam.
I'm Raphael from St. Mary's, Kansas.
Mình nói cả tiếng Việt và tiếng Anh.
I only speak one language, unless you count Pig Latin. Oh, you don't? Okay, one language.
I'm new to K-State and want to experience everything I can in Manhattan.
I'm hungry. Do you want to go eat some ice cream?
Sure.
Become an international buddy today and develop new friendships and experience different cultures.
How do you say Wabash in your language?
What's a Wabash?
Welcome back to Channel 8 News.
Both the GOP and Democratic caucuses were held last Saturday across Kansas. Caucus locations in Riley County Riley County reported having to print many times the expected number of ballots due to high voter turnouts. Here in Riley County, voters favored Republican candidates Ted Cruz and John Kasich. Cruz received 624 votes, while Kasich came out with just 352. Democratic voters polled for the burn. Senator Sanders doubled the number of votes that Hillary Clinton received, ending with 1,078 votes.
Senator Sanders' trips both to Lawrence and Kansas City paid out at the polls. Sanders won the state with 22 delegates. Hillary Clinton took 10. Republican Senator Ted Cruz, heavily campaigning in Kansas, also rewarded him. He handily upset Trump, receiving 24 delegates. Donald Trump got 9. Marco Rubio ended with 6.
Kansas voters were some of many in the national spotlight this weekend. Voters from Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, and Nebraska also made their way to the polls this weekend. Leading up to Saturday's caucuses, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump led their respective parties. Trump and Senator Ted Cruz split the weekend caucuses 2-2, while Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders pulled a weekend win over Hillary Clinton 3-1 states.
Engineering students at K-State are settling in their new second semester with the new building. Channel 8 reporter James Copeland checked on how the students are reacting to the new space.
One of the things I really like about this building is how this new atrium looks. This definitely presents that you're at a big university.
No building on campus looks like this. Just a lot of dead space. Like it's just, I don't know, tacky.
You can't smell this on video, but this elevator 9/10 of the time smells pretty horrible.
I do kind of like these classrooms. A benefit would be that they are tiered, so that's kind of nice.
Mixed reactions from students after the opening of the new engineering complex on the K-State campus. While the building has been open for just a couple of months, adjustments are still being made as users of the space adjust to life in the new building.
The going impression seems to be, yeah, it's nice, it definitely looks nice, but at the same time, there seems to be a lot that just wasn't thought about.
There are lots of little tweaks and some big tweaks going on, but there's not as many tweaks today as there were at the beginning of the semester. So there are certain features that are really nice. I think that some of the lighting could be better, so we're working on that actually to retrofit some of the lighting. The glass is nice. We don't always do the best at cleaning glass around here. So there's a few things, but as far as the general design goes, no, I like the way it integrates everything.
In the end, students and faculty admit that there are still some problems to be worked through with the new building. While opinions are mixed, tweaks are still being made to make sure that the building is the best that it can be. For Channel 8 News,
Long journey ahead if it wants to live up to this century-old structure. Channel 8's Catherine Curtis is at the Goodnow House. Tell us a little bit more about that historic site.
What ignites inspiration? It's sparked in every victory, every banner carried high. It's lit in traditions that bind each generation together. It's found in the people who push us to never settle and who serve those without a voice. It's iconic. It's groundbreaking. It's a new generation of world changers and answer seekers. What ignites inspiration? Tradition. Passion. You.
Hi, I'm Tunde from Lagos, Nigeria.
And I'm Ronnie from Spring Hill, Kansas.
During festivals, I wear my kaftan.
On K-State game days, I wear purple and a foam finger.
I've never been to an American football game.
I've never been out of this country. You want to go tailgating this weekend?
Sure.
Become an international buddy today and develop new friendships and experience different cultures.
Would you happen to have a purple kaftan?
Only for game days.
Powerful ideas are sparked by a natural curiosity. It could begin with a single seed or a brilliant ray of light. At Kansas State University, it begins with research that advances the world, where science and creativity meet. At Kansas State University, powerful ideas begin with you.
We apologize for some brief technical difficulties there. Now we're going to take you to the west side of Manhattan to talk to Catherine Curtis about the Goodnow House. Catherine?
We're here at the Goodnow House, and I'm here with Alana Parker. She's curator of design. Alana, what makes this house a historical site?
Well, this house does have a lot of great history to it. It is the original home of Isaac and Ellen Goodnow. Isaac is important to our history here in Manhattan. He's one of the original founders of the town that would become Manhattan and one of the original founders of the college that became Kansas State University.
Okay, awesome. And what is so special about this room that we're standing in right here?
Well, the room that we're in today, this is part of Isaac's study. So there are several of his collections. When he came from Vermont, he was a natural sciences instructor. And so you can see around the room, there are several of his collections, including shells, fossils, soil samples. So he has those collections here. And the other interesting thing, his wife was also interested in the same things that her husband was. So she was interested in natural sciences as well.
Okay, and what is this house now a part of?
So this is the Goodnow House State Historic Site. So it is owned by the Kansas State, the museum out of Topeka. As one of the sites, the Riley County Historical Museum, though, we are located right across the driveway. So we do the maintenance and we do the tours, facilitate the tours here at the house.
Okay, thank you, Alana. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much, Catherine. I'll make sure I'll check out that Goodnow House, but maybe on a day not so rainy like today. Now we'll go to Raven with the weather. Raven? Thanks so much, Raven. You know, as the weather's warming up here at K-State, basketball season is actually wrapping up and baseball season is off to a hot start.
Stay with us for highlights.
I'm Kathleen from Meiningen, Germany.
I'm Ginger from Overland Park, Kansas.
I've traveled to London and saw the Parliament, studied in Mexico City, spent the summer in Austria, went skiing in the Alps. Oh, and I visited the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Well, I've been to the world's largest ball of twine.
Can we go?
Of course!
Become an international buddy today and develop new friendships and experience different cultures.
Up next, the world's deepest hand-dug well.
Is it near the Grand Canyon?
Kenya, Africa. A baby elephant is trapped in a water hole. Researchers rush to the rescue, and a 400-pound baby elephant and its agitated, dangerous mother are finally reunited. One of those researchers is K-State alumnus Mark Sowers. While at K-State, he used telemetry to study bison on the Konza Prairie Biological Station, a skill he now uses to study and help elephants, his lifelong dream. That's the Wildcat way.
I am an artist. I'm an explorer.
A parent.
Working full-time.
I am the future. I'm finishing my bachelor's degree.
Getting my master's.
Becoming professionally certified. I'm a student. I'm on my way.
And I am global.
Kansas State University's Global Campus is your connection to learn online, develop professionally, and connect globally. Go online for more information about K-State's Global Campus.
Welcome back. There was a lot of sports actions this past week. Reporter Mackenzie Dynas is here with the rundown. Mackenzie?
It's a great night for all the four seniors, B-Row and Justin and Steven and Jerron Randall, our manager, has been a superstar of all managers. Just been amazing what he's done here for us in our 4 years, and he's going to be greatly missed, and all those guys will be missed. And I told them after, I'm happy. We had a great, a nice night.
John, thanks for joining us today, and I was just wondering what your vision is behind the Sportsmanship Pledge.
Develop a strategy to work on some of the sportsmanship issues that really came to light in the basketball game last February. As you remember, we had some issues related to operations and court storming and things like that, and then we had also some issues relating to some pretty vulgar profanity, in particular one chant that has gained prominence among some of our fans. And I think it's important to remember that it is not just a student issue, it's a fan issue. The amazing thing about all this to me is that we've really built a brand nationally as having great fans, right, and a great atmosphere and a family atmosphere. And that's really been our brand.
How could we as students encourage our other fellow students and other fans to keep up this positive environment out on the sports?
Well, you've asked really the most important question, and that is, what do we want our brand to be? You know, what do we want to be known for? And when we go to a job interview, do we want the recruiter to say, hey, you're the school that does this? Or do we want to say, hey, you're the school, I watch the games and I see the Wabash and what incredible spirit you have at your school? What do we want our brand to be? What do we want to be about?
Burgers, fries, and pies, what do you get? A business boom. More on that here on Channel 8 News.
Around here, school pride isn't just some slogan on a t-shirt. It's the spirit that comes from understanding we are stronger when we're together. That's the essence of K-State Proud, a nationally recognized student-led fundraising campaign. In just 6 years, K-State Proud has helped raise more than $500,000 to help students who need it most and appreciate it best. Think of it as Philanthropy 101. K-State Proud. It's just one more way the Kansas State family treats one another, well, like family. Where there's a Wildcat, there's a way. Class, study. Class, eat. Play, play, play. Study. Class, chill. Class, eat, study, play, study. Sometimes it seems there just aren't enough hours in the day at our 3 campuses, so you have to make every minute count, especially those precious first few. That's why Kansas State alum Herbert Diamond invented the snooze alarm, a dorm room fixture. Because even when you can't wait to get started, sometimes it's nice to wait to get started. Where there's a Wildcat, there's a way.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. The Little Apple is getting a little bit bigger. The town of Manhattan has seen development in recent months as new hotels, businesses, and restaurants are popping up. Pie 5, Dunkin' Donuts, and Five Guys are some of the newest additions. Current restaurant chains are also relocating to newer buildings or are expanding with more restaurant locations as the town continues to grow. Arby's and Burger King are the 2 restaurants that have expanded across town. Karen Hibbert of the Manhattan Chamber of Commerce explains that Manhattan has become a destination and there is a push for new restaurant options.
I think that is very reflective of our growing community, just as much as you and I might enjoy going to some place that's unique only to Manhattan, Kansas. There's something about being new to a community, being new to an area, that you want something that's familiar, whether that is, again, Five Guys, Pie 5, Olive Garden, something that that you know, tried and true. You've seen how it has been marketed on television. Manhattan's offerings also is there as well.
And now for an update from the accident victim and single mother of 3 we featured last week. Amanda Shepard was involved in an accident on Tuttle Creek Boulevard in February. She was traveling east when a truck heading the opposite direction crossed the median and hit her straight on. Her car was completely totaled and she suffered major injuries to her lower body. She's now recovering from surgery at Via Crystal Hospital in Manhattan. Here's an update.
doing physical therapy and occupational therapy daily. I won't be able to stand for a month after I get home. I have to get a ramp at my house and hospital bed, possibly in a wheelchair and certain things to be able to go home. And I go home on the 13th of this month. I'm just very lucky to have all the friends and family and co-workers and my bosses that have all come together in full circle. Has just been very supportive and helpful. I mean, I'm in awe and I can't believe that. I'm very grateful for all that.
Well, that's a really, really inspiring story about how to make it through something like that, and I'm really happy to hear that she's doing better and she will make a full recovery. Now, I don't know about you, Nate, but it's been really amazing 60-degree weather outside. I think I'm going to make a trip to the Kanza sometime this week. What about you?
Hey, I'm for that. I mean, it's nice weather. You can't pass that by. I mean, you can always, walk your dog, go outside, do something.
Walk your dog.
It's great weather.
But tune in to MHK All Day right after this for more local news from Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills.
This is Channel 8 News.